What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Very exciting video coming your way. We are getting the GTR tuned here in the next couple days. I got to get it ready. I got to do an oil change. I got to clean up a little bit. Got a few little things here and there. I'm gonna test some boost control. Gonna do, like I said, just do an oil change, do a full walk around, kind of clean the car, get it ready for the dyno. Should be an exciting video, and without further ado, let's get into it. So I did this off camera, but I cleaned up the trunk a lot, and I relocated the battery to the trunk, and I cut out just some of the carpet to go around it. And I have some stuff under here, like some microfibers, jumper cables and stuff like that I had just laying in here that I just got cleaned up and got that ready. So that should be all good to go there. Interior's pretty good. I have a couple things to do. I got to figure out a way to mount the Haltech can gauge. That mount that I got didn't come with any tabs or anything, so I'm going to see if I can figure out a way to maybe shim it or even kind of glue it in. I don't know if I really want to do that, but I might do that in this video. I might not. And then I have just some trim down there. I was working with the ECU and stuff and wiring, so going to put that back up in this video as well. So I have the Nismo drain plug. It's a magnetic drain plug. If you guys don't have one of these, I would highly recommend one. This is what the bottom of mine looks like. Really nothing there. That's all just residual stuff there. So I'm gonna get this cleaned up and throw it back in. The oil looks pretty good though. The oil I'm running in my GTR is the Nismo 15W50. I am switching to 10W60. I just have it on order right now, but the 15W50 will work. If you guys have GTRs, you guys know that these cars do have some oiling issues. So a lot of people run thicker oil. The 10W60, Nismo sells this stuff, and it's meant for RB engines. It's meant for the SR20. You guys can see it right there. So really good oil. I would recommend it for sure. Any 15W50 or any 10W60 would work as well. So we got the GTR fully filled up with oil. What I like to do is fully prime the oil system again. And the reason why I do it is I don't like seeing 0 PSI on the oil pressure gauge. I like to just prime it for 10-15 seconds and I start seeing oil pressure again. Just want to make sure we got full oil pressure when we go up to start. That's the only thing that I do. So I'm going to go into the ECU and do some stuff to it, so then I can prime it, just kind of crank, see oil pressure on the gauge, and then I can go ahead and start the car. So I am in the ECU right now. So I'm going to go ahead, go in setup, go in main setup, wait for the window to pop up. I am going to, I don't know why I do this, but I always like to lock the timing, and then I disable the fuel injectors. I'm going to hit apply here, and it's going to prompt you have to reboot the ECU. So I'm gonna hit OK. I'm gonna clear this. Just a random nuisance alarm here. And then if you go here to tools, reboot ECU. Just gonna reboot. And I'm gonna show you guys, I'm also gonna unplug the cast sensor so I'm not sparking any of the plugs either. So there you go, I just unplugged the cast sensor. This guy just plugs in right there. Just unplugged it so it's not firing off the plugs. So we should be good to start the crank, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about when you guys will start seeing oil pressure. So you guys can see that starting to build a little bit of oil pressure. So I don't know if you guys heard that. You could actually hear the difference where it has oil pressure and then where you can hear it when it doesn't have oil pressure. You might not be able to tell on camera, so it should be good to go ahead and start. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my setup, main setup. Going to enable the injectors, unlock the timing, apply the changes. I'll have to reboot the ECU once again, reboot the ECU, and then I'm going to go and plug in the cast sensor. We should be ready to start it up. All right, so we got it started. Sorry I didn't record that part, but got it running. Sounds good. I'm just letting it warm up, then I'll check the level of the oil and see where it's at, but it sounds super good. Jeez. Just shut her off, but I love that you can hear the turbo still spin. Oil level looked good, and now I'm going to check in the catch can and see if I got any oil. I mean, I'm going to have some oil, but I'm just going to see how much I got in there. I know I don't have too much blow by, but these RBs, I mean, do have a little bit of blow by no matter how you gap the ring. So I'm just going to go ahead and just check and see what I got in there. Not sure if you guys can see down in there very well, but there is not too much in there. Sorry, it's a bad angle. There is not too much in there. It looks pretty dry. It just looks like it's been sweating a little bit. So that's good news. I also noticed when I took out my old boost controller, it left behind a lot of gunk and some of that double-sided tape, so I'm going to get that cleaned up as well. Got it cleaned up a little bit. It's not perfect, but that glue is very well on there. I even tried to use some Goo Gone. It didn't work very well. So, but I mean, it's definitely better than it was before, so we got that cleaned up. We also have that trim mounted on the other side. This trim down here where the ECU was, my wideband sensor's back there right now, and I have my Haltech Platinum Pro mounted right there. All right, so we got all that done. Next thing I'm going to do is clean up the engine bay a little bit. I already did some wire looming here, just kind of make the connections look a little better, just not have colored wires sticking out, kind of just making it look better that way. I might do a little bit of something with the stainless steel lines. I might wire loom those, see how that looks black. I'm kind of going with that black and red theme. So, I mean, everything looks pretty good. I'm not going to complain too much about it. I'm just going to see how it looks with that. I need to clean up the engine bay a little bit. I got to remove these two studs back here. Kind of a sore eye back there. You guys can see them. So there's one there and one there. That is the hoist bracket to take the engine out. But since I'm not doing that right now, I'm going to take those out so I can just get those out of the way. And yeah, so everything's looking up. I'm going to continue working. All right, so I ended up wire looming the stainless steel lines. I do like this a lot better just because it ties in with the black and the red a little bit better, so it's not just silver there. And you kind of have, the only thing I guess I have silver is just the oil feed line to the turbo and the turbo itself, and I have my charge pipe in there. But I'm going to leave that for now. I do like the way that looks. In the future, I might powder coat it. I kind of do like it being silver too. It kind of stands out a little bit from the rest of the engine bay. But it also did some more wire looming as well up on this side. And then, as I said, I did all this stuff back here. I did my boost line there that feeds into the factory boost gauge. And I tie that into the ECU. But other than that, yeah, everything looks good. All right, I got the engine bay cleaned up and all the little stuff I wanted to do. It is dyno day. Let's get the car started, get it running, and let's get it to the dyno. So just doing a few test runs here, made 385 at 6,400. That last pull there, we're gonna up the boost a little bit and see where it goes. There you go, mate. 406 at 6,500.
Oh, thank you.
Well, the car is officially tuned. Let's go take it for a rip. Thank you guys for watching the video. That was absolutely incredible. The GTR did so well. I had no issues on the dyno whatsoever. I didn't have any boost leaks, vacuum leaks. I didn't have any oil leaks, coolant leaks, anything. I didn't have any issues with the boost control. Everything worked the way it was supposed to, so it was pretty easy on the dyno. That was such a relieving feeling to have that car be perfect on the dyno. That is super sweet. So anyways, it made 500 horsepower on the dyno, as you guys can see, or as you guys saw. I'm going to leave it there for now. That's plenty of horsepower. The car weighs 3,000 pounds as all-wheel drive, so that's plenty of power. It's running like 14 pounds of boost right now. I have a ton more videos coming with the GTR, a lot of videos that I have just editing right now, and a lot of plans here coming up. It's gonna be winter here pretty soon here in Iowa, but there will be more vehicles coming soon. And like I said, a lot more videos with the GTR, so make sure you guys stay tuned. Please like and subscribe and comment down below if you guys have any other ideas you want me to do in the future. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.